Have you ever prayed and heard nothing back? You cried, you fasted, you believed, but heaven felt quiet. No sign, no answer, no direction. And in that silence, doubt begins to whisper. Did God forget me? Am I alone in this? But listen carefully. God's silence is not his absence. There are moments in your life when God chooses not to speak, not because he is distant, but because he is working behind the scenes. See, we often expect God to move with noise, with signs, with instant miracles. A God doesn't always work in ways that are visible. Sometimes his greatest works happen in silence. Think about it. A seed buried in the ground doesn't make noise, but beneath the soil, something powerful is happening. Roots are forming, life is developing, growth is taking place. And just because you can't see it, doesn't mean it's not happening. In the same way, when God is silent in your life, he is developing you. He is preparing you. He's aligning things you cannot see. There are battles you don't even know God is fighting for you. Doors you didn't even knock on that he is already opening. And dangers he has already removed from your path. But because it's silent, you think nothing is happening. Let me remind you, God does his best work in the dark seasons. When Joseph was in the pit, God was working. When he was in prison, God was working. Even when it looked like his life had stopped work, God was positioning him for the palace. So if you're in a season where God feels silent, don't panic. Trust the process. Because silence is often a sign that God is doing something deeper than what words can explain. Sometimes God is silent because he wants you to grow in faith, not in feelings. Because if he spoke every time, you would rely on his voice. But in silence, you learn to rely on his presence. And there's a difference. Anyone can believe when God is speaking, but it takes real faith to trust him when he is quiet. So don't give up now. Don't walk away. Don't lose hope. Because the same God who made promises to you is still faithful to fulfill them, even in silence, even in waiting, even in uncertainty. Your delay is not denial. Your silence is not abandonment. Your waiting season is not wasted. God is working. He is arranging things in your favor. He is building strength inside you. He is preparing you for something bigger than what you asked for. And one day, what felt like silence will make sense. What felt like delay will feel like perfect timing. And you will look back and say, God was there all along. So hold on, stay faithful, stay prayerful, stay expectant, because even when you can't hear him, God is still working. If this message spoke to you, don't ignore it. Type "God is working" in the comments as a declaration of your faith. Share this with someone who feels like giving up. This might be the reminder they need. And remember, just because God is silent doesn't mean he is still.